with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Tuesday. I have to remember that it's a Tuesday since I was home yesterday. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. It is technically a Monday for me today because it's the first day of the week. But yes, happy Tuesday to all of you, and I hope that you had a good Monday. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stayed close to those you love. Thank you so much for joining us here on Story Time. Absolutely appreciate you. And today we are measuring. Yes, a treasure of measure coming to us here. Treasure of measures coming to us here on Storytime for the first time by Mike Downs and HWANG RUIZ. And we are reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And this one is not out yet, but you can pre-order. It comes out on April 9th. Thank you so much for joining us here, April 9th, 2024. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime for this treasure here with us. And I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that it becomes a staple on your library, a staple on your shelves. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining us from and who is joining in with you so we can say hi to you. And of course, if you're joining in alone, well, you're always welcome. And yes, you are always welcome here alone too. Thank you so much for joining us today, and glad you're here. Thank you for choosing to tune into Storytime and listen with us. Please remember to also send us your recommendations, send us those amazing books, titles that you've come across that you hope to see here on Storytime, and of course, so others can learn about them. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We have a fantastic lineup of books this week, brand new from Chronicle Books. Chronicle Books spring catalog, so I cannot wait to share the amazing ones that we have. Of course, we're kicking off with these 5 this week. I hope that you get to enjoy them. And of course, yesterday we did bring you Wake Up Woodlands. Wasn't it sweet? Yes, a beautiful one indeed. Thank you so much for joining us here. And today we are measuring. Yes, we are all over measuring things, and then just thinking too, how do we measure those special moments, those meaningful moments? So I hope that we get to enjoy this one, whether it's counting the days that you've known people, whether it's counting the months, whether it's counting the activities that you do, whatever it is, however it is that you're measuring, let us just do that today. But also a book, beautiful book to enjoy together. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And yeah, let us get ready, get comfortable, get cozy. Our book is coming right up. But before then, let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. How are you doing today, Kathy? Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime from out there in sunny Ohio. Please send us some sunshine out here in the Golden State. We need some sunshine. It's been rain over here. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Big hugs to you. And Luna, good morning to you as well. Thank Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope that you're having a lovely time out there in Ohio. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Megan, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And of course, Ari, thank you for joining us later on. Good to hear that you're having a lovely time at school. Good morning from a cold and cloudy Kentucky. We hope that you're doing all right with all that rain in California. Fortunately, we are good here, and most of the people that I know are doing well as well. But definitely, there are floods and yeah, most people have been disrupted. I actually stayed home yesterday because one of the school sites that I mainly support, had no power, so we could not be there. But yeah, there's been definitely disruptions to the routine, and yeah, some more severe than others. But thank you for your good wishes, and yes, let's keep sending them out. And remember too that if you are able, wherever you are, look out for all disaster relief places and how you can donate to support the work that is going on to make sure that all our friends in the communities are taken care of. Thank you so much for all those positive vibes. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. That's why I love this place so much. Good feelings come from being here with you all. Thank you so much for being here, and you make Storytime special. You are the Storytime ingredients. Yes, whether it's morning, dinner time, Storytime ingredients. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you, and I hope for everybody today, as you go out into this day, I hope that you have your day is better than it was yesterday. And I know that might hit bumps here and there in the road, but I hope that they're just that little bumps that you can go across and go over. And sometimes they're a little harder to get through, right? But I hope that we do so. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. A brand new book coming to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Spring Catalog. It is amazing, and we will be bringing those books here to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and we are reading the second one of those, A Treasure of Measures, written by Mike Downs, illustrations by Joy Huang Ruiz, and we are reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for being here. Please get comfortable, get cozy. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more story time. Thank you indeed for being here with us. Absolutely appreciate you all.
Hello, I'm Olalu Ogunyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Storytime with Mr. Limata. Enjoy, and God bless.
Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Olaolu Ogunyemi. If you have not checked out our conversations here on Storytime, please do so. I encourage you to do so. Lots of fun is always had when Olaolu is here on Storytime with us. And yeah, he's brought us many wonderful books, including Crow from the Shadow, Horace the Horsefly, and perhaps my favorite of the lot, Billy Dipper's Time to Shine. So do check those out. Do check out our conversations here on Storytime. And of course, ask for these books at your local library. Beautiful, powerful lessons to be learned from these amazing books. And of course, lots of fun to be enjoyed as well. Today, we measure. A Treasure of Measures. Here we go. Written by Mike Downs, illustrations by Joy Huang Ruiz, and we are reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for choosing to tune into Storytime. A Treasure of Measures, written by Mike Downs, illustrations by Joy Huang Ruiz, and read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Ticks of a clock measure seconds of time. Marks on a ruler show inches of line. Ounces on scales reveal a weight. Calendars measure the year by each date. The measures of science are very precise, each counted or marked with the proper device. But how about getting some measuring done in ways that are wildly, wonderfully fun? That's what I want. Yes, the measures of science are very precise, each counted or marked with the proper device. But how about getting some measuring done in ways that are wildly, wonderfully fun? How about that? Good morning to you, Marietta. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Good morning to you, Henry, out there in Harvard, Massachusetts. Thank you for joining us here today. And of course, Marietta, you say good morning to everyone. Thank you. The measures of science are very precise, each counted or marked with the proper device. But how about getting some measuring done in ways that are wildly, wonderfully fun? We rush through our lives in our cars and in planes, on bicycles, sailboats, scooters, and trains. Miles per hour can tell us our speed. But what other measures could cover this need? What comes up for you? What can you think about? Right? We rush through our lives in our cars and in planes, on bicycles, sailboats, scooters, and trains. Miles per hour can tell us our speed. But what other measures could cover this need? On boats, we might count every snap of the sail. On trains, every clank on the clattering rail. On planes, view the landscape that's drifting below. On bikes, feel the whooshing wind as we go. Ah, so good to know, Megan. Harry's going to love this book. He loves speed limits and measurements of things. I love it. Yes. On boats, we might count every snap of the sail. On trains, every clank of the clattering rail. On planes, view the landscape that's drifting below. On bikes, feel the whooshing of wind as we go. A flurry of raindrops erupts from the sky. A drizzle. Or is it a storm passing by? Decibels capture each rainy day's sound. But what other measures of rain can be found? Yeah. Is it a drizzle? Or is it a storm passing by? An atmospheric river, they tell us. A flurry of raindrops erupts from the sky. A drizzle? Or is it a storm passing by? Decibels capture each rainy day's sound. But what other measures of rain can be found? Let's count all the glistening silvery drops and measure each petal with skips and with hops. We will watch the umbrellas that snap into view or measure the squish of a waterlogged shoe. I actually did play, just talking about waterlogged shoes. I played soccer yesterday and the field wasn't draining very well. It's supposed to be a new field where we're playing, but turf, and it wasn't draining well. And I kid you not, right from the warm up, the socks were wet. So I think I got this measure yesterday, last night. Let's count all the glistening silvery drops and measure each petal with skips and with hops. Ah, that sounds like fun. We'll watch the umbrellas that snap into view or measure the squish of a waterlogged shoe. From bustling traffic to countryside lanes, our travels can take us through forests and plains. Highway signs measure this distance in miles, but why not in bridges or horses or smiles? Ah, why not indeed? From bustling traffic to countryside lanes, our travels can take us through forests and plains. Highway signs measure this distance in miles, but why not in bridges or horses or smiles? Great question. Let's measure our trip by the sense of the breeze. Oh, count every curve as we steer through the trees. We'll savor each laugh we enjoy on the way to goofy surprises that brighten our day. Ah, I love that. Let's measure our trip by the sense on the breeze. Oh, count every curve as we steer through the trees. We'll savor each laugh we enjoy on the way at goofy surprises that brighten our day. Yeah. Nothing delights like the joy of a book when reading together, curled up in a nook. Minutes fly by with each flip of a page, but stories hold so many ways to engage. Ah, isn't it true? How many books have we read together here? And may we read more. Yeah. May you find time to read poetry together. Nothing delights like the joy of a book when reading together. Curled up in a nook, minutes fly by with each flip of a page. But stories hold so many ways to engage. Yeah. I couldn't agree more, Marietta. It is beautiful, isn't it? We will measure our time by the tales that unfold, the menacing monsters, the searchers for gold, by each roar of laughter, by each tear we cry. So true. By each cheer for heroes who soar through the sky. Ah, yes. This here is a measure in time for me. Got to see the Zambia national soccer team, the women, play at the World Cup in New Zealand. And yeah, just hearing the national anthem. This was the first game. Hearing the national anthem, seeing the Zambian flag, the names of the girls being called out in the stadium was such a moment, such a proud moment. And it was the first Zambian team to make a senior World Cup. And yeah, it was, I'm so glad I was able to be there. But yeah, a measure in time indeed. We will measure our time by the tales that unfold, the menacing monsters, the searchers for gold, by each roar of laughter, by each tear we cry, by each cheer for our heroes who soar through the sky. The mightiest branch begins life as a twig. The tiniest child grows from little to big. The tiniest child grows from little to big. Each year we mark inches of growth on the wall, but growing means much more than just getting tall. Yeah. The mightiest branch begins life as a twig. The tiniest child grows from little to big. Each year we mark inches of growth on the wall, but growing means much more than just getting tall. How much have we grown? We can measure in reach or by counting new words that we use in our speech, in how far we jump, in how high we swing, in how we approach what tomorrow will bring. Yeah. How much have we grown? Are you like me with old man experience? You all have your own experiences, right? How much have we grown? We can measure in reach or by counting new words that we use in our speech, in how far we jump, in how high we swing, in how we approach what tomorrow will bring. Look at the heavens, toward Venus or Mars, and gaze at the flashes of twinkling stars. Lumens describe every shimmer of light, but what other measures appear in the night? Yeah. Look to the heavens. I hope you get a chance to do that. I know that it's hard sometimes in the city, but if you live in a place where there's less light pollution, I hope that you get to see all those beautiful stars up there. Look to the heavens, toward Venus or Mars, and gaze at the flashes of twinkling stars. Lumens describe every shimmer of light, but what other measures appear in the night? Let's count every planet aglow in the dark, or sick constellations that flicker and spark. We will find our own, excuse me, we will find our own star, whether giant or small, a wished upon star that shines brightest of all. Yeah. What other measures can we find, can appear in the night? Let's count every planet aglow in the dark, or seek constellations that flicker and spark. We will find our own star, whether giant or small, a wished upon star that shines brightest of all. Our lives are a treasure. We measure in years, but why not in friendships or laughter or cheers? Our lives are a treasure. We measure in years, but why not in friendships or laughter or cheers? Or oh, birthday parties, flying kites, funny movies, starry nights, walking puppies, catching bugs, roller coasters, joyful hugs. Yes, why not? Yeah. Our lives are a treasure we measure in years, but why not in friendships or laughter or cheers? Or indeed, birthday parties, flying kites, funny movies, starry nights, walking puppies, catching bugs, roller coasters, joyful hugs. Sidewalk hopscotch, hide and seek, skipping stones across a creek, sleeping over, playing cards, football games in grassy yards. Why not? Yeah, why not indeed? Playing soccer, riding bikes, beaches, kayaks, taking hikes, summer campouts, fireflies, cotton candy, fond goodbyes. Ah, yes, our lives are a treasure. So many ways to measure. Playing soccer, riding bikes, beaches, kayaks, taking hikes, summer campouts, fireflies, cotton candy, fond goodbyes. Yeah. Oh, some goodbyes are hard, aren't they? Yeah. Our lives overflow with these magical measures and moments of wonder to cherish as treasures. So open your eyes and your heart and your mind. Imagine the marvelous measures you will find. Ah, yes, yes, indeed. Our lives overflow with these magical measures, moments of wonder to cherish as treasures. So open your eyes and your heart and your mind. So open your eyes, your heart, and your mind. Imagine the marvelous measures you will find. Oh, and that is the end of our story. When we get back, we're going to just read just a tiny bit. We still have some time, so just a tiny bit about the systems of measure. But that was our story for today. This one coming to us brand new from Storytime, out in stores or ready to pre-order right now. It is it'll be available. It'll be coming out on April 9th. So look out for this beautiful book as it comes into the world, A Treasure of Measures. And it is written by Mike Downs, illustrations by Joy Huang Ruiz, and we are reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco, brand new from their spring catalog. This beautiful book is here with us. What a beautiful book, you say, Kathy. Oh, couldn't agree with you more. We'll be right back after this short break for more story time. Thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely appreciate you. I will see you on the other side.
Hello, I'm Brianna Carzu, the author and illustrator of Lou, and you're watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Brianna Kazoo, the author of Lou and, of course, Greenlight. And look out for many, many more books to come from Brianna Kazoo. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope that you enjoyed this wonderful book that we had here together, A Treasure of Measures. And it is written by Mike Downs, illustrations by Joy Huang Ruiz, read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Publishing day, April 9th. 2024 coming right up, but pre-orders available right now. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope it allowed you to stop and have those moments and think of ways that you measure all the amazing things in your life, the amazing thing that is your life. Thank you so much for being here with us. A powerful book, a beautiful book. Please look out for the rest of the lineup that we have this week. Beautiful books indeed coming your way. Next up, Comet will be coming to us here on Storytime. And cannot wait to share that one. The True Cinderella Story of Caroline Henshaw. And this one is called Comet. Coming right up, written by Pamela S. Turner and illustrations by Vivian Mildenberg. And cannot wait. Comet Chaser coming to us here on Storytime, the first professional woman astronomer. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Cannot wait to bring it here to Storytime. And a big thank you to Chronicle Books for allowing us to share such wonderful books here on Storytime. Let us see one more time who was with us here on Storytime. Thank you for joining us this morning. Absolutely appreciate you. Kathy, thank you for being here. Sending you lots and lots of hugs. You and Luna, hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope that you are well out there in Ohio. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, good morning to you, Megan. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us on Storytime, and absolutely appreciate you, Ari. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope you enjoy this book today. Please do share any feedback that you have. And of course, course, keep sharing those recommendations as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. Yes, every single one of you makes Storytime special, makes this place special. You bring joy to my heart. Thank you so much for being here with us. Morning, dinner, story ingredients. Yes, you are what is needed for this story time. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And of course, Marietta, good to see you here with us as well. I hope you're enjoying yourself out there in Harvard, Massachusetts. Hopefully not too cold. I hope that you are well. Thank you for being here with us today. Absolutely appreciate you. And I hope that you have a lovely Tuesday ahead. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Yes, lovely book, beautiful book. Couldn't agree more with all of you out there. Hopefully one that becomes a staple on our shelves. I love this one as much as I think I love Hello Rain by Kyle McClare. I feel like for me it's in the at the same measures, same levels, right? Yeah, measuring life by books here, right? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I hope that today, you get to chat, see the people that you love, appreciate life. And I know that sometimes we're throwing curveballs and it is hard, but I hope that we get through it. I know we'll get through it. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope whether it's measuring it through trips, measuring it through moments spent together, measuring it through food eaten together, however it is that you're doing it today, I hope that it highlights the importance of your life, the beauty of your life. And of course, I hope that it highlights how special those that surround you are. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. We're back again tomorrow with another brand new book coming to us from Chronicle Books and San Francisco. And their spring catalog is amazing. Comet Chaser is coming right up tomorrow. So please join us, make a date, and we'll be here for another story. Yes, measuring life in books. Thank you so much for being here with us together. Absolutely appreciate you. Big hugs to all of you, and I will see you again tomorrow. Yes, inshallah, I will see you again tomorrow here on Storytime, ready to read another story and ready to be in community together. Much love. Bye-bye.
Storytime with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing Storytime with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. But read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He It will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be in. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be